trading, and many more. So these are just some of the discoveries pa, inventions ng Egypt. We of course have hieroglyphics or yung Egyptian writing system na ginamit nila before, where gumagamit sila ng mga pictograms and alphabet-like characters that stood for certain sounds. At the same time, dahil nahihirapan na rin silang ilagay yung kanilang records doon sa clay tablet na sobrang mabibigat, mahirap gawin and all, matagal patuyuin, they tried to develop a paper with the use of the papyrus plant. Nag-create sila ng sheets. So they used the tough fibrous interior of a papyrus plant to create sheets of writing material. So ito yung major accomplishment for record keeping and communications during the Egyptian civilization. Because of papyrus, documentation and record keeping became efficient, widespread, and at the same time vast. Next is the ancient Egyptian cosmetic. So, hindi lang basta ito ginagamit for aesthetic purposes. Ang isa pang function nito was also for their health. Kasi ginagamit nila, for example, yung kanilang mga wigs, ganyan, para hindi sila masunog ng sun and all. Then, Egyptians wore cosmetics around their eyes to prevent or even cure diseases. Next is the shadoof, or also known as shadoof. Ito naman yung hand-operated device ng mga Egyptians for lifting water to irrigate their lands, and it consists of a long, tapering, nearly horizontal pole mounted like a seesaw. So, dahil sa invention na to, irrigation and farming became much more efficient. And the shadoof is also believed, if I'm not mistaken, to be an ancient precursor of a more sophisticated farming tools. Next is the water clock or the clepsydra. So it's an ancient device for measuring time by the gradual flow of water. So the amount of water remaining in the device determines how much time has elapsed since it has or it is full. Now we move on to the ancient Greek civilization. So, yung mga Greeks, it is believed that the ancient Greeks were exposed to the culture and ideas of ancient Sumerians and Egyptians because of trading. So, building on Egyptian and Mesopotamian knowledge, the Greeks flourished in various disciplines. In fact, the Greeks were among the finest in antiquity. So, alam na natin, nandito na si Socrates, si Plato, si Aristotle, na interested sila, di ba, sa ethics. At of course, they studied different sciences like physics, biology, astronomy, and they are often credited kasi na-develop nila yung logic as well as the foundation for modern day zoology. But Greek science also has its flaws because the observation was undervalued by the time by the Greeks kasi mas favorable sila or mas in favor sila doon sa deductive method where the knowledge of or by means of pure thought. So the Greeks focus more on that, therefore falsely believing that it is the only way of achieving the highest form of knowledge. But nowadays, modern science does not rely on this anymore because we tend to seek principles in which observation is the starting point. Even before the invention of the modern computers, the Greeks had already invented Antikythera. It's a mechanical device used to calculate and display information about astronomical phenomena